Hello everyone, this is the Green Snake Gamer playing Spongebob Squarepants, Battle for Bikini Bottom, Kelp Forest Part 3. Continuing where we left off, we just got done talking to Barnacle Boy. Here we have two new objectives, through the Kelp Caves and Power Crystal Crisis. So let's get started. This way leads us back to the Kelp Swamp. So go ahead and open up this teleport box, and here we have a bus stop in case we need to switch to Patrick, which we will be doing a lot. So go ahead and stand on this pressure plate and use the cruise bubble move to activate this switch. This will open the gate so we can collect this crystal. Now here is a switch inside a cage, take note of that. And we need to go this way. Over here we have a stone tiki and a switch. So it's just like before in the Kelp Swamp with what we did for Mr. Krabs. So we have a stone pedestal, so we need to go back to the bus stop and get Patrick. Now, just like what we did for Mr. Krabs, we need to take the stone tikis and throw them onto these pedestals. Now we need to go back and switch to SpongeBob. Also take note of that sock up there on the ledge. Now by putting the stone tiki on this pedestal, this raised up some of these bounce platforms we can use to get to the top. Up here is a crystal for us to collect. Now we're going to stand on this pressure plate. This will open up the cage, so we can use the cruise bubble move to activate the switch. So now we can continue ahead. Here we have another switch inside a cage, and another stone pedestal. Now over here is the stone tiki, and a sleepy time robot on the left. So over here is the pressure plate. This will raise up the cage so we can use the cruise bubble move to activate the switch. Now this will open up the gate so we can continue ahead, but before we do that, we're going to go back and switch to Patrick. Okay, so grab this stone tiki. We need to get it on that pedestal, so just throw it up here and then throw it on the pedestal. This will raise up some bounce platforms we can use to collect that crystal. Now we're gonna go back and switch to SpongeBob. You may have noticed there's a lot of switching back and forth between SpongeBob and Patrick in this area. Now over here, we're going to use the cruise bubble move because there is a monsoon enemy floating up here. So we're gonna go to the left first. Here we have some more robots to take care of, and another stone pedestal. Now over here are some steps to go up. At the top, there's another robot to take care of. Here we have another stone pedestal and a pressure plate. So let's stand on the pressure plate first. This will open up another cage for us to use the cruise bubble move to activate a switch. This opens up the gate so we can continue ahead. Now first, go this way. Remember that sock from earlier? Now we can collect the sock and open up this teleport box. This is a little shortcut back to the start. So now switch back to Patrick and use the teleport box to get back up there. Now you may have noticed there's no stone tikis over here. So what we need to do is go back and get the stone tikis from the other sections. So go ahead and use the switch to reset the tiki. Now we have 2 stone pedestals. We're gonna go this way and throw it up the steps first. So now we can throw the stone tiki on the pedestal. This will raise up the bounce platforms for us to use to get to the top. Make sure to collect this purple shiny object and this crystal at the top.
How many of these do I have to carry?
So now we're going to use the stone tiki on the other pedestal. This will raise up the bounce platforms in the water. Take note of this switch in a cage. Now at the top is a teeter-totter. As you can see, there's a crystal over there. So we need to use this teeter-totter, so go back. Here's where the throw fruit is, which is what we've been using for the teeter-totter. Now, did you see what happened? This will happen most of the time, like 99% of the time. The throw fruit will explode before you even get close to the teeter-totter. You don't have enough time. So an easier thing to do is to go all the way back to the start and get the stone tiki. And we will be using that as the throw fruit. So now use the stone tiki on the teeter-totter to launch yourself across and collect the crystal. But up here, as you can see, there's a pedestal. So we need to get a stone tiki over here. So right now we're using 1 stone tiki to keep these bounce platforms activated. And the other one is up here that we use to activate the teeter-totter. So we're gonna need another stone tiki, so first throw this one across. That will be the one we're placing on the pedestal. So continue ahead. And over here is the third stone tiki.
Up we go!
So now we can use this one to activate the teeter-totter. And now we can use this stone tiki and place it on the pedestal.
Push the big shiny button.
This will raise up some bounce platforms ahead of us in the water so we can get that last crystal. So now I'm gonna make my way back to the bus stop to switch to Spongebob. Now, there are some jellyfish floating out here. You can take care of them using the cruise bubble move. Now, over here where that stone tiki was, if you look to the right, you can see there's a camper. So here's our last camper. So now we can go back to Mrs. Puff. He sure looks thrilled to see us. Okay, so we're gonna jump over to the bounce platforms and use them to get up here. Now, there's a crystal to collect, but there's also a pressure plate. So now that we're on the pressure plate, let's use the cruise bubble move to activate that last switch. This will open up the gate to the exit. Now let's jump over and collect the crystal. Now that we've collected all the crystals, we can make our way back to Barnacle Boy. So let's head back to Barnacle Boy.
Barnacle Boy, I think I found all your crystals. Now I can see your secret superpower.
All right, stand back. Oh, boy. There!
What happened?
I gained the power to trim my nose hairs at super speed.
Incredible.
Yeah, I guess so. Well then, I need to return to the Mermalair and get back to work. But here, take this golden spatula and go away.
Of course, Barnacle Boy. I'm always happy to lend my services to my favorite superhero. If you ever run into trouble again, let me know.
Yeah, sure, kid. Thanks. And goodbye.
So go ahead and collect the golden spatula. And this completes the objective Power Crystal Crisis. So now let's head to the exit. Here we have another golden spatula to collect. And this completes the objective through the Kelp Caves. So let's go this way to the kelp vines.
Hi, Mermaid Man. What are you doing here?
Oh, hello, Kyle. I was trying to find some of our missing energy crystals when I came across this vine. In my younger days, I held the all-time speed record for vine sliding. You should try it. What a hoot! And if you can beat my best time, I'll give you another of these gold spatulas.
Well, I am a bit busy with all these robots, but sure, why not? It does look like fun.
Try not to fall off.
So here we have two new objectives. Kelp Vine Slide. And beat Mermaid Man's time. So I'm gonna go ahead and save my game, and this will be the end of SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom, Kelp Forest Part 3.